Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. In this video, guys, we are gonna talk about Bad Girl Riri because now critics are calling Rihanna a bird, and that is a quite interesting take. I may share the clips or I may not because some people, they don't watch the videos. They come in and they just say things and they talk about things that you're not saying in the video, and they assume all manner of evil should happen to you because you see things differently, and they don't even have the time to listen to the video to get your point of view. They believe that if you don't worship their favorite celebrity, you should die and you should not live. But do we have Rihanna on the internet saying unpleasantries about other women? Yes. Does she get canceled for it? No, because we're smart enough to know that it's not that serious. And we all talk about someone at some point in time, even if you're not a gossipy person. Now, I must say that Rihanna getting called a bird was never on my bingo card, right? But for the few critics who have broken down why they see Riri as a bird, I agree with them. And let me explain why I agree with them on what they're saying. They're saying that black women, especially Caribbean women, are rooted in culture and upbringing. So what they mean is that they're rooted in culture and family. It's gonna be family and culture for them at all times. Once the woman does not have a cheating man like a Stefan Diggs, and once they can cover for that man, they will cover for that man on a few instances, and they'll let you know that I'm gonna cover for you this time, and I'm gonna give you time to grow up, mature, be a father to these kids, and be a man to this home. But know that if you don't change, it's all gonna crumble. I'm not gonna cover for you anymore. You're not gonna have your kids, and this thing that we have going on is gonna come to an end. So what they're saying is that Rihanna, being the billionaire that she is following into this black traditional role of keeping the family secret at all cost to keep the family together. And because of that, they're calling her a bird. And it's true. It is literally true. Because I've said this to you guys. I've said to you guys, Jamaican people, they don't get divorced. Caribbean people, they don't believe in divorce. If that man is a pastor and is cheating, they're gonna cover for him. If he has status, they're gonna cover for him. Right? Especially if that woman is educated and understand damage control and understand that damage control is better for the family in some instances rather than disgrace, they're gonna cover for him. Rihanna is such one individual, but I don't think it makes her a bird. I think it makes her a calculated individual. And I've always said Rihanna is a lot more mature than A$AP Rocky. Guys, I know things that I could be saying out here that I'm choosing consciously not to say out here. And this is why I keep saying, if Rocky is in fact cheating, I hope Rihanna forgives him, but I hope that she stops covering for him, make it go public, allow him to face the heat because the public will never forgive him. And by the time the public is about to move on from it, the kids will be old enough to take over from us to haunt him with it. So once she makes him fall into the bed that he has made for himself, and she just needs to stop controlling things, let people see that Rocky's not perfect, but take the heat off people judging her, calling her names, because no matter what she does, they're gonna trash her. If she stays, they're gonna trash her. If she leaves, they're gonna trash her. But I believe that if she allows Rocky to face the heat, and Rocky understands and come to the realization of how much he's costing her, how much he has cost himself, and how dumb and stupid he looks because he wants to satisfy his ego, because he wants to be selfish, I bet you he will never, ever cheat again, and she won't ever have that to deal with, and he'll have a new level of respect for her after seeing how the internet runs to her defense and consistently protects her, but puts him under the fire. Sometimes we have to allow our children to fall, get their kneecaps and their elbows bruised up, for them to learn that when we say get down from there, it's because we know when you go up there, you can fall, you can get bruised, you can break a bone or two. So Rihanna needs to let Rocky fall, get those bruises, break a bone or two, for him to realize the magnitude of what he's doing and grow up fast, right? So, guys, when I tell you that a lot of people are going in, they're going in, honey. But you know what? I noticed there's a difference. And this is how you know that when someone loves you, they will be so willing to be so nice and so cordial towards you while telling you the truth. Because the internet dragged Cardi B mercilessly for being a bird. And rightfully so, because if the guy got one woman pregnant, two women pregnant, and you stay, what's your reason for sticking around for pregnancy 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And the consistent disrespect. But with Riri on the other hand, while they're saying that Rihanna is a bird, they are telling you the history of Caribbean women and black women, how we love to stick around through the long haul, and we will stay with a man, and we will stay with a boy and teach him how to be a man. They have turned it so nicely and so beautifully on the behalf of Rihanna. But will they do that ish for Cardi B? Absolutely not. And you know why? It is because of Cardi B's image and her behavior. Cardi B acts like a loosey-goosey. Cardi B comes out to defend these men, and she acts loose, so no one is going to defend Cardi B. But with Rihanna, while they're calling her a bird, they're giving you intellectual history. They're giving you examples that is deeply rooted in history, and it is in fact deeply rooted in the history of Caribbean women. Caribbean women were actually cultured to stay in abusive relationships. I'm telling you, I'm not asking you. Caribbean women and black women were cultured to stay in abusive relationships. And this is why so many black women are abused, because it was bestowed upon us. But it's just that some of us are smart enough to break away from the matrix and say, you know what? I'm gonna put me first. I'm gonna love me first. And I can do bad all by myself. For some of us, we did it in our 20s with one relationship. And then we realized that no matter what you do for a man, you cannot keep a man that doesn't want to be kept. And we decide that we're going to move on. And the first red flag we should see going forward, we will never repeat the same mistakes ever again. So, it's just that some of us choose to break away from the matrix. Some of us are staying in it. But it is true. Black women are traditionally cultured to stay in abusive relationships. And remember that when we say abuse, we're not talking about the Diddy type of abuse, because cheating is emotional and psychological abuse, which many people may not know. A man building their entire world around you, making you dependent on them 24/7 in a calculated manner, is psychological abuse, which many people may not know, right? So when I say abuse, I'm not talking about hands and feet abuse. I'm talking about cheating abuse and psychological abuse in this case. But guys, I want to hear from you, because TikTok is saying Riri is a bird, and I don't entirely agree with their delivery on it, because they're saying Riri is a bird because most Caribbean women were cultured to be birds. Most black women were cultured to be birds in general. But it's half true, not entirely factual. But let me know what you guys think, and we're going to talk some more in the comment section. Peace.